Good morning. Today's lesson is about Haki. Now, for those of you that don't want to hear me ramble on for 20, 30 minutes, take these three statements and go. Statement number one: speed is God. Speed is everything. Statement number two: combo is the second most important Haki that you're supposed to pursue. And finally, statement number three: any other Haki after this depends on if you're going for defense or support or what's it called, DPS. It depends on the build of your hero. It depends on the kind of team that you have, and so on and so forth. Okay? As for those that want to listen to me ramble on until the end, here are the details. Number one, like I said, speed is God. Speed is everything. Speed is very important. Okay, without speed, you're nothing. Unless you're super strong, super tanky. If your enemy is faster than you all the time, then it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to die. Unless, again, you are so strong that you can take all those, that you can take, being debuffed first, being damaged first, and so on and so forth. Now, why is speed very important? First of all, you get the opportunity to silence, or let's say to debuff the enemy. Okay, if you debuff them, they can't hurt you. Actually, that's it. That's really it. You kill them first, you damage them first, you debuff them first. For example, Weevil. My Weevil is bad. My Weevil has very bad speed. Where is it? Okay, 2034. Very bad. Especially when I'm competing with really tough players, this is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. The people that I usually see, 2100 something speed points. Okay? But when my Weevil attacks, let's say it's the third character to attack. Okay? By then, two of the enemy heroes attacked me, damaged me, silenced me, killed me. So speed is everything. Okay? And to prove this, okay, look at what the game is telling you. Let's go to album. Here. The final skill in the final album, which is album 3, is speed. And if you reach level 4 like I did, you get 40 points. Let's look at ships. Pick any ship you want. It's always the same. Okay? Pick any ship you want. The third and final speed is not a skill. Attribute that you get is speed, and this says 40. Very, very nice. Okay? I'm sure somewhere else speed. Oh yeah. Where is it? This one here. Speed. Okay? Always speed. These change, but the last one is always the same. Speed. Okay? So one last time. Speed is God. It's the most important Haki you need to go for. Moving on to combo. Combo obviously is important because at level 4 you have a 48% chance to attack your enemy. Yeah, 48%. Okay? So almost half the time you will attack twice. And I'm sure you've noticed in a lot of PvE events or matches that you always attack. Okay, you almost always attack twice. So again, combo, second most important one. You have a 48% chance to kill someone, to damage them first, to silence them. It's important. The speed and combo go hand in hand. Now, as for the third statement I made, like I said, anything else you choose depends on your hero, depends on your team. Team is too much for me to explain. I'm not even sure how. It's a mesh of conditions. But let's go with a skill which has become a favorite of mine. I should have done this for Rayleigh, but I never did. But I did it for Ace, and the next hero I pull, I'll be ready to make it to make it level 4 immediately, assuming of course that I have the rune shards to back it up. And that skill is double critical. Double critical states that you launch a basic attack if you deal a critical hit. And as a bonus, you get 10% more attack if you have equipped combo. Now, let's be honest, I'm sure all of us have combo. So this is great, okay? Imagine a game that would last, say, a minute. Imagine it lasting a minute and a half, a minute and like 1.3 minutes. Why? Because you keep attacking people. Okay, every time it's your turn, you end up attacking someone 3 times. Think of how much damage you can do to them. Okay, this will definitely give you the edge when it comes to wanting to kill someone. Okay, so double critical, very important. Now, other than the fact that it's very important, Ace and what's his name, Rayleigh. Ace, I pushed his critical to 69. It used to be 75, but I guess I got something else instead of, like, I let go of 6% rate and put in, I guess I raised another attribute. Rayleigh, for instance, needs 33. I put 30 or 35% for Rayleigh, the critical rate, because if you read his skills, which I won't, but one of these talks about his buffs that he gets, and therefore his critical rate ends up being high. I think it's this one, maybe. He gets a buff if he doesn't land a critical hit, but if he does, no, wait, he uses up one of his buffs if he lands a critical hit, but if he doesn't, he gets critical, like he gets a buff which he can get critical from. So 33% was enough because Rayleigh gets a lot of buffs. Again, you need to read the skills. This is why I said that anything you do after speed and combo depends on the hero that you're going for, or even your team. I'll give you an example, which is Brook. Now, Brook hasn't been released yet. I think it will be released in a few weeks, a month at the most. The very nice thing about Brook, if you read his skills, is that he debuffs. He debuffs a lot. He reduces attack and he reduces speed. Now, that's a very good thing. Okay, so the Haki that you're going to choose doesn't have to be just damage. Okay, Ildam, for example, is going for I think like a 50-50. Okay, Haki and runes for defense and Haki and runes for offense. Okay, he wants to make this specific hero tanky because if the longer he survives, the more chances he has of debuffing. Especially if he has high debuff accuracy, especially if he has combo. Okay, and of course, if his speed is faster than the others, then he's definitely going to get there. Okay, so that's what were we talking about? That's an example of, depending on your hero, this is what you give him. We go back to young Rayleigh. Again, read his skills and you will realize that, like, this part I remember because I've seen it, I've experienced it every time I see him fight. The more attack he has, the more lifesteal he gets, the more he regenerates. So one Haki to give this guy is attack, and obviously raise it to level 4. Okay? Now, the more you progress in the game, the more you will end up looking at your heroes and saying, this hero that I no longer use, that is now part of my second team, has a level 4 Haki, and I need those rune shards. I need basically to transfer that Haki from him to someone else. So it's very important that you start saving up, what's it called, these pirate secrets, these books. Start saving them. Level 4 requires 18 books, which is not easy to come by. Even if you're a big spender, you're not going to get them all at once. You'll need a few weeks. Okay? 18 books is a lot. But in return, you get, if it's a level 4 Haki, you get 14 Haki and 70k rune shards. It's basically reset and you get everything you spent. Okay? So this, very important. And you can get this from a bunch of places. This is one place. Sometimes they're being sold here, as you can see. And then, where else do you find them? I know they're here somewhere. Yeah, this one. Okay? And they're like, you can find them in a few other shops. So again, attack, for example, Rayleigh definitely needs it. I think a lot of damage, a lot of what's it called? DPS heroes need attack. Okay? Now, my Rayleigh, which I did not prepare properly because, like I told you in my previous video, I only started becoming disciplined in this game when I started preparing for Ace 3 or 4 months ago. Ace has combo, double critical. He's got speed and attack. He's got penetration. Penetration, very important. Luffy, for those of you that, well, when you started the game, Luffy was great. The more HP he loses, the more damage he does. But what really helped him, what was a major factor, was penetration. Well, he doesn't have penetration. He basically ignores 100% defense. Okay, penetration at level 3, you ignore 30%. I don't know how much it is at level 4. I need to refine this 2 more times to find out. But that's a lot. So penetration, very, very important. Then you can go for something like damage multiplier. Not a personal favorite of mine. I'd rather give my heroes attack, penetration. I think most of my DPS have level 3 penetration. Again, very important. But like I told you, my Rayleigh, I did not prepare him well. This has attack. Damage, I'd rather use these here. I would rather use them to upgrade something else. This has penetration. Accuracy. Very, very nice. Oh, this reminds me of another one. Afterlife. I don't know if I sold mine or if I still have them. Where is it? This one. Afterlife. When you revive, you get 10%, but this is level 1. I don't know how much it is at level 4, but if you want to find out, look for the people that have Oni Zoro. Because when Zoro dies, he revives. And when he revives, he does so much more damage. So don't be surprised if you find, Afterlife, with some of the players. Okay? Very good, very valuable. Again, this is another example of choosing your Haki depends on the hero that you're going for, your team. I don't think I have anything else to say about DPS skills. Let's move on to defense. For defense, this one definitely... there is one which everyone should have, which is damage reflection. Damage reflection... I don't know who has it here. Does this guy have it? This is damage. Now, damage reduction is okay. The problem is it only lasts for 2 turns. Okay? Even if, whales are playing, it'll take them a few rounds to finish. The game will not be finished in 2 rounds. Okay? So that's why I don't prefer it. But again, I got this. It was too late. I already refined. There's no point in reforging. But damage reflection, at level 1, I believe you get 25% chance of reflecting. You reflect 25% damage. I don't see it here. There is a chance that... Okay, now I'm just being stubborn. Now I really want to find it. Sengoku. Sengoku has it. Yeah, this one. Okay, at level 4, there's a 50% chance to reflect 45% incoming damage. Okay? You don't reduce the damage, you reflect it. Which means he's basically, the enemy ends up being damaged themselves. Okay, so damage reflection versus damage reduction, definitely damage reflection. You need something that can stay with you the entire time, not something that lasts for 2 or even 4 turns. 4 turns isn't bad, but I don't even think something like that exists. But anyways, reflection over reduction. There is cleanse. Okay, Weevil has cleanse. Okay. Okay, I can't see. So at level 3, you get a 60% chance to cleanse your debuffs. Now for Weevil, this is very good because if it just so happens that someone was the enemy Weevil or anyone else that ended up debuffing you, silencing you, or stunning you, there's a 60% chance at level 3 that you can remove this debuff and then attack yourself. Of course, remember for Weevil, even for Odin, they need to be really fast. Okay? Whoever is wearing your compass is always going to be the fastest, but that person is going to be the fastest at round 2, maybe round 3. So it would be very good if Odin can be the second person to attack. Okay? Because even though your hero that does the most damage already does his skills, but Odin can still, I think the debuff is 2 swords and your buff is 1 sword. So this helps with the attack, with reduction, with damage. Read the skills and you'll know. Actually, let's just see it here. This one. Purges all buffs, 60% grants 2 sword guard to all friendly units. 1 turn, 60% chance to grant Odin 2 sword slash. Read this here, there you go, minus 25% attack. And the resistance to debuff goes down 30%. Okay, now maybe I'll do a video for this, but for example, Odin, I gave him these because because when I have 4 of these, I get 45% debuff accuracy. My Odin's debuff accuracy is around 90%. Yes, exactly. And Weevil is also should be 90 or 89 too. It's 90. Okay. But what point is there to doing this if you're Weevil or if you're Odin or if anyone else doesn't attack first? Brook, by the way, has freeze like Kuzan. I don't know if it's a percentage or if it's guaranteed, but it's also there. That's a nice debuff. Well, it's not a. I guess that's a debuff. Moving on. So cleanse is useful, definitely. There's one that's purge. I would rather defend myself than purge the enemy buffs. Plus, remember that with all these UR heroes, there are a lot of buffs that they get which can't be purged. Okay, so I would rather go for cleanse. Now, Weevil has taunt. It's just because I would rather spend my rune shards reforging another rune instead of this one. But Weevil doesn't need taunt. It's just that I got it and I'll reforge another time. So you have cleanse, taunt. Taunt is good, but I wouldn't use it as a Haki because at level 4 you get 12% only. Even if you give it to Odin, and Odin attacks everyone if I'm not mistaken, or even if you give it to what's his name, Sabo, which I think his second skill he attacks everyone, like it's still 12%. I would rather give Sabo, Weevil, or anyone else another Haki instead of taunt. What other things are there? HP regeneration, not important. Crowd control, it depends on who the hero is. Definitely not for Sengoku. Okay, Weevil. What does Weevil have? Speed and combo. Dodge and advanced attack, very good. Advanced critical resist, very good. Anything to help your tank become more, tanky. Or in the case of Brook, like I told you, this guy debuffs a lot, might as well make him tanky. Okay? For support, I have no idea what to give them. I imagine support, I see support as defense, but again, I don't have support. I don't have any of the newer UR support. I don't even have Marco. I wish I did. I should have gone for him. I never did. That was a very, very big mistake. So I think I'm just going to stop here. I really don't see anything else. For instance, this one says that you take 15% less damage. That's good because that means that it's guaranteed. This is not damage reduction where it only lasts for 2 rounds. No, this is always there with you. This is not like damage reflection where there is a 25 or 35 or whatever percentage that you will only need to, that something will happen. Okay, so always go for these. This one says, when being attacked, the single damage exceeds 40%, 25%. Oh, okay, so this one says 25% chance. I would rather go for dodge 3. I do remember having critical resist. I just don't know who has it. Or maybe I don't have it, but I want to get it. Where is Odin? Okay, so these are bad because this is just a percentage, and this one is only two rounds. So this is bad. This is very bad, but it's too late for me. This one is okay. Like at least I'll give it to. For anyways, I think I'm just going to stop here. As always, I really hope this helps. If you have questions, you know me on Discord. I'm also on what's it called? Server 126, 129 West. But you'll find me on Discord. I shall we say, work together with Ildem. So we have a server there. He started it. And we're trying to get as many people from the W server to join there. We're making channels for every clan that joins so that, your people, your channel. Anyways, thank you very much, and I hope this helps.